89 years. That's how long I've been walking around on this planet. And I'll tell you something they don't teach you in school, something you won't find in any self-help book at the airport. Time is not what you think it is. My name is Arthur. I was a college professor for 43 years, philosophy, if you can believe it. You know what's funny? I taught a class called The Ethics of Time for 20 years. 20 years. I had students write papers about how to spend time wisely, about productivity, about legacy. And I was standing up there 3 nights a week, missing dinner with my wife, Margaret, missing it to teach other people's children about wisdom. The irony could choke you. Here's what I know now. Here's what I wish I could go back and tell that 4 or 5-year-old man standing at the chalkboard. You think time is a resource you manage, like money in a bank account. You think you're making deposits and withdrawals, that you're being strategic, that you're investing in the future. You're wrong. Time is not a resource. It's not something you have. It's something you are. Right now, in this moment, you are time itself. You're not in time. You're not managing time. You are the present moment taking human form. And every second you spend planning for later is a second of your actual existence you just traded for a fantasy. I had a colleague, brilliant man, name was Robert. We started teaching the same year, 1964. He used to say, "Arthur, I'm going to retire at 65 and then I'm going to live. I'm going to write that novel. I'm going to learn Italian. I'm going to take Margaret on that trip to Morocco she's always wanted." He said this for 30 years. 30 years of, "I'm going to." Robert died at 63. Aneurysm. One Tuesday morning, just dropped right there in the faculty parking lot. Never wrote page 1 of that novel. Never learned how to say good morning in Italian. Never saw the markets of Marrakesh. But here's the thing that keeps me up at night. It's not that he died before he could do those things. It's that he spent 30 years of a perfectly good life acting like those years didn't count, like they were the waiting room before the real life started. He had 11,000 days as a professor, 11,000 mornings where he could have been fully alive, and he sleepwalked through almost all of them, waiting for some magical future that never came. I did the same thing, different version, same disease. I told myself I was being responsible, providing for my family, building a career, creating security, and I was, but I was also hiding behind busy, hiding behind important, hiding behind I'll spend time with them when the semester ends, when I get tenure, when I finish this book, when. Margaret used to set a place for me at dinner, even when she knew I wouldn't be there. She'd set it anyway. Our daughter Emma asked her once, "Why do you do that when Daddy's not coming home?" Margaret said, "So he knows he was missed." I found that out 20 years later. 20 years. My wife spent 2 decades setting a place at the table for a ghost, and I was too busy preparing lectures to notice. You want to know what finally woke me up? It wasn't some dramatic moment. It wasn't a heart attack or a diagnosis. It was something small. I was 71 years old, still teaching even though I should have retired. Margaret and I were having breakfast, and she was telling me about something, some story about our granddaughter. And I realized I hadn't heard a word she said. Not because I wasn't listening, but because I was already thinking about my 10 a.m. class at breakfast with my wife of 47 years, and I wasn't there. And something in me just broke. Or maybe it woke up. I saw it clearly for the first time. I had spent 50 years preparing for the future, and the future is right now. This is it. This breakfast, this moment. This is the future I was preparing for, and I was missing it while I prepared for the next one. So here's what I've learned. Here's what I want to tell you before I run out of time myself. First, stop treating your life like a rough draft. This is not a rehearsal. This is not the practice round before the real thing starts. This Tuesday morning, this ordinary Wednesday afternoon, this is your actual life happening. The gap between your alarm going off and your head hitting the pillow at night, that's not filler. That's your existence. That's all you get. Second, your attention is your life, not your intentions, not your plans, not your goals. Whatever you're paying attention to, that's what your life is made of. I can sit in a room with my wife for 4 hours, but if my attention is on my phone, I didn't spend 4 hours with my wife. I spent 4 hours with a screen. She was just in the room. The math is brutal. Where your attention goes, that's where you are. And wherever you are, that's your life. Third, the people you love will not be here forever. I know you know this. Everybody knows this. But you don't know it. Not really. Because if you really knew it, you would never, not once, scroll through your phone while your child is trying to tell you about their day. Margaret died 3 years ago. Stroke. Quick, they said. She didn't suffer. That's what everyone tells you when they don't know what else to say. You know what I think about every single day? Every single day. It's not the big moments. It's not our wedding or the birth of our daughter. It's Thursday mornings. Regular, boring Thursday mornings. Sitting at the breakfast table. Margaret reading the newspaper. Me grading papers. The sound of her coffee cup touching the saucer. I would give everything I own for one more boring Thursday morning. And here's what haunts me. I had thousands of them. Thousands. And I wasn't really there for most of them. I was there in body, but my mind was always somewhere else. Always in the next thing. Fourth, comfort is a trap. I spent my whole career in comfortable. Tenure is comfortable. Routine is comfortable. The same office, the same lectures, the same path from the parking lot to the building. It felt safe. It felt smart. It was a cage. The things I regret most are the risks I didn't take. The trips we didn't go on because it wasn't a good semester. The conversations I didn't have because I didn't want to rock the boat. The dance lessons Margaret wanted to take together that I said no to because I'd feel foolish. You know what's more foolish? Being 89 years old and realizing you spent your whole life trying to not look foolish. Who was I performing for? What was I protecting? Fifth, let me tell you about happiness. Real happiness. Not the Instagram kind. It's not complicated. It's not exotic. You don't have to go to Bali or find your purpose or become enlightened. Happiness is being exactly where you are, fully. It's drinking coffee and tasting the coffee. It's listening to someone and actually hearing them. It's feeling the sun on your face and knowing you're feeling it. The happiest moment of my entire life. You want to know when it was? It was about 6 months before Margaret died. We were sitting on the back porch, evening time, not talking, just sitting. And I was completely there. No thoughts about tomorrow. No regrets about yesterday. Just there, with her, watching the light change. That's it. That was the peak. After 86 years of life, that was the moment. And it cost nothing. It required nothing. Just presence. Finally, you're going to die. I know. Everyone knows this. But knowing it intellectually is different from feeling it in your bones. I feel it now. Every morning I wake up and think, maybe today. And you know what? It's a gift. It's the only thing that makes me real. When you truly understand that you're going to die, that this is all temporary, that none of the stuff you're worried about will matter in 100 years, it doesn't make you sad. It makes you free. Free to tell the truth. Free to do the thing you're scared of. Free to stop performing and just be. Free to love people out loud. Free to waste a whole Sunday afternoon doing nothing with someone you love. Because that's not waste. That's the whole point. I'm 89 years old. I've read thousands of books. I've taught tens of thousands of students. I have 2 PhDs and a wall full of awards. And I'm telling you, none of it means anything compared to one real moment with one real person. Robert never wrote his novel. But that's not the tragedy. The tragedy is that he had a good life available to him every single day, and he traded it for a fantasy of a better one later. Don't do that. Don't wait for retirement or the weekend or when you lose the weight or when you make more money or when the kids are grown or when. Stop. Look around. This is it. That person sitting near you, that view out the window, that heartbeat in your chest, that's your life, not the one you're planning, the one that's happening. Be here for it, all of it. The boring Thursdays most of all. Long pause. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with my granddaughter. We're going to the park. We're going to feed the ducks. And I'm going to be there, really there, because that's all that ever mattered. And I only figured that out about 20 years too late. Don't be me. Figure it out now.